Amy asked me if there's one thing I do that makes a big difference in my life or something in my routine that makes me a happier and more productive person. There are 3 things actually, so I thought we'd discuss those real quick today. I would love to hear your productivity tips too, so I'll share mine with you and then you leave a comment and tell me what makes you more productive. Or is there something in your routine or in your life that you make it a point to do that makes you happier? Like I said, there are 3 things that make me happier and that make me more productive. And these are things that I have integrated into my schedule for years now that I absolutely just couldn't get through the day without. The first and probably the most important is my afternoon nap. I sleep 6 hours at night and 2 in the afternoon. And there's a reason that I do that. It's not because I'm a lazy person, which a lot of people assume. I find that my best hours are first thing in the morning. When I first get up is when I am most productive, most creative, most inspired, and get more stuff done. I decided since I'm so productive in the morning and I enjoy that phase of the day so much, why not do it twice a day? And so I do. It basically gives me 2 mornings out of every day, so I get twice as much done in a day as I used to, and I get twice as much done in a day as most people even think about doing. So that's my personal productivity tip number 1, take a nap. The second thing that I do that I find personally important to me is I keep a journal. And this journal ranges from business thoughts to personal thoughts, basically whatever's on my mind. It's kind of like a brain dump. So instead of walking around with all this stuff on my mind and different things kind of pulling at me all the time, I sit down and I journal it all out. I get it out on paper or on the screen in front of me, and then I close it and I'm done with it and I can move on with the things that I need to be doing. More recently, I've started something called a consciousness journal, which is basically paying really close attention to the thoughts that I'm having, where they're coming from, what they're based on, where they originated, that kind of thing, and trying to determine how those thoughts affect my actions and reactions. So that's been kind of a fun project alongside my regular journal. And like I said, I call it a consciousness journal. And this is something I decided to do while reading Evolve Your Brain by Joe Dispenza, which I've mentioned in a couple of other videos. Fabulous book. I'm about 20% through it, so I'm reading really slow right now, but it is an absolutely great book. But keeping a journal helps me a lot because, like I said, it gets the thoughts out of my head, it gets them put somewhere where I can actually look at them, analyze them, and deal with them. When they're all just kind of jumbled up in your head and rumbling around in there and mixing up together, it can stress you out, even if you don't realize you're stressed out. You've just got all this stuff in the back of your mind constantly tugging at you. I find that it kills my creativity, it kind of dampens my productivity. So very often, first thing in the morning, I'll sit down and just journal things out, get them off my mind, and then figure out an action plan for dealing with them. And that brings me to my third productivity tip that personally works really well for me. Once I have gotten up, made my coffee, did a little journaling for the day, the next thing that I do is I create a list of the top 3 priorities that I absolutely must get done for the day, and I do them first, period. This means that no matter what else happens, if a tornado hits or if the internet goes out or if I have unexpected company or who knows what, no matter what else happens for the day, I've gotten the day's work done, which is awesome. So I usually have my priority tasks done before most people ever even make it to their desk in the morning. Now this applies also to my personal life and my personal goals. So it might be a Saturday morning and my goals may be wash the car, give the dog a bath, and mop the floors or whatever, just as some examples. But I really like to start my day by getting up and deciding what are the most important things that I want to accomplish today and then just knocking them out, getting them done. And there's something really liberating about checking them off the list, just striking through the list. Doing that just gives me this huge dose of motivation. I'm like, boom, I got all this stuff done already this morning, and then I just get on a roll. I fizz out after a few hours, I take my nap, I wake up, and I start all over again. So that's me, and those are the things that I do every day that make me a more productive, more balanced, happier person. And like I said, we're all different, so I would really love to hear from you. What are things in your regular routine that you do that make you feel better, make you happier, make you more balanced, more productive? I would love to hear your productivity tips.